We're back, and we are joined on the line now with Evolve Superstar, DGUSA Superstar, and pretty much Superstar from any wrestling promotion you could think of, Jimmy Jacobs.
What up?
Hi, how you doing?
I am fabulous. I'm eating a Qdoba burrito. It's awesome and messy.
Oh, man. I haven't had Taco Bell in, like, the longest time.
You know how everybody's making the big deal about, like, it's not 100% beef? I don't care. It tastes good.
I know. If it tastes good, I don't care what's in it. I don't necessarily want to know what's in it, but...
Well, fuck Taco Bell. That was awesome.
So, welcome to Pantsless Radio. Thanks for coming on with us tonight. Actually, well, we were talking earlier in the show. You may have good stories here. We had a couple good ones. We were talking tonight about jealousy and the insane things that it can make you do.
Okay.
Any fatal attractions. That's basically what
do you have any scary? Have you adopted other personalities to confound
I've done it all. I've done it all. Like with girlfriends and shit you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I've done it all. Like stuff that if I said right now and my girlfriend heard about it, she'd be like, "Oh my god," and then we wouldn't be together anymore, probably. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's probably enough. That we don't want to actually break up any relationship.
Okay. Well, she's never gonna fucking hear this. The best like $30 I ever spent was on type recorder. That's $30 I ever spent. You know, it's like a keylogger. It tracks everything that somebody types on your computer, and that way I can get all the passwords to all her stuff, see all the emails she was writing. You know, because you can't erase that stuff. You know, it's there. So yeah, it was great. And she thought I was like reading her mind when I would just like start like saying shit that I had read before in her emails.
Okay, that's awesome. Where do you get that?
Yeah, I just if you look for a keylogger program on like download.com or something, you'll find them. It's money well spent for real.
Oh yeah. See, I'm a big believer that if somebody is dumb enough to give me their password to something, then that's like permission. You know, and
yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, until they change that password, then I have like long-standing permission.
But see, here's the thing about that. If somebody knows you have their password, like, if I know you have my password, I'm not putting anything incriminating in that, like, email. You know, it's like you're being watched. It's when you have their password and they don't know about it, that's when all of a sudden they're talking about, going off and, I don't know, doing whatever.
I was telling at the beginning of the show, I told a story about a friend of mine who got worried about her boyfriend talking to his ex, so she made up emails for each of them and carried on conversations with both of them as the other.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
I know, right? Like she went full on into crazy girlfriend mode, but it paid off. It worked for her. She found out that the ex, was trying to get her boyfriend to move across the world to be with her.
That's good.
Sometimes crazy girlfriend or crazy boyfriend pays off. You know,
Dallas married in love and war, right? Isn't that what they say? And if you ain't got nothing to hide, you don't care if I snoop through all your shit. And that's the truth.
Exactly. People only ever get mad about it when they think they're going to get caught doing something that they know they shouldn't be doing.
Seriously, this ain't the court of law here. Doesn't need to be a proper search and seizure, papers to pull through your girlfriend's email. Like, once you find that evidence is admissible in the court of love, man.
Exactly. Oh, see, you understand. You know how it is. Okay, I think we lost Sugar.
Fuck Sugar. Did we lose him? Good, fuck him. I don't know him, but fuck him. I saw that.
Don't say that too loud, man. We've been talking about. He's been telling me for the last couple weeks how you have that Prince aura about you, where
Prince aura? Everybody thinks I'm gay?
No, but you just have this like aura that like everybody, like guys and girls, are equally attracted to.
All right. Fair enough. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I don't, to my knowledge, have a like a very strong like homosexual following. I guess I don't hear from a lot of gay fans of mine. So if you're a gay fan of mine, and you want to come out and say, hey, Jimmy Jacobs, you're hot, like, I'm all for that.
You know, I think it might be you have more of a following of straight guys who are just going to take at least 3 seconds to consider it.
See, yeah, I'm that way with Adam Cole. Like, you know Adam Cole?
Okay. Yes, we were actually, okay, this is where the conversation led to next, is it's been universally decided between myself and all of my guy friends that if you won't at least stop and consider having sex with Adam Cole, you're a filthy liar.
That's right. Like, if you're a dude and you fuck Adam Cole, that don't make you gay.
No, that means you have extremely good taste.
Yeah, he's a handsome man.
So we actually earlier tonight I actually declared Adam Cole is like the number one guy that it's like doesn't make you gay, and I actually declared you to be number 2.
All right, I'll take it behind Adam Cole.
So yeah, absolutely. You guys, he's got the man pretty going on, and I don't know, you're more masculine, but you've got this aura.
Yeah, he is pretty though. You know.
He really is, and Sugar feels obligated to hate him, simply from being so pretty. Like it's just.
I feel obligated to talk to him personally.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a good hate fuck.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that also. You know, how you can't. You need some sort of emotion to base a good fuck off of. Nobody ever talks about having great ambivalent sex.
There's a video online of from one of the Evolve shows where I go into the ring while Adam Cole's in there. I tell him in front of everybody how I want to fuck him. Look it up.
I've seen that.
Yes.
That, I mean, you know, I think just people around the world would just. You could make some serious cash off of a video of that. Just saying, you know. You ever want to expand your horizons a little?
Yeah, I think I might need to.
I'd really like to know where my co-host went, Sugar. If you'd like to call back in, that would be swell.
Fuck Sugar. I saw it was his birthday recently, and he put on his hoe-ass Twitter talking about how he needed 11 more followers to get to 1,000. That's what he wanted for his birthday. I saw Chris Hero retweeted it, and I almost put, for my birthday, I want people to unfollow Sugar Dunkerton. But I just released that video of me crying, and I didn't want to try to go against whatever video I put out. So whatever.
You won so many hearts with the tears. You didn't want to, show them the ragey side too.
Right. Yeah. So.
Actually, speaking of Twitter, I follow you. Are you following Charlie Sheen on Twitter?
No, I don't know what all the Charlie Sheen talk is about. To be honest with you, with the winning and the tiger's blood, I don't know what that really is. So. I
unfollowed him today because it's.
Did you?
He's jumped the shark, and I had no idea it would happen this quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody's got the 15 minutes. I know a week ago people were talking about it, and I saw people tweeting about winning and tiger's blood, but that's about all I know. He says he's not on drugs. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. If he's not, he's bipolar, that's for sure. Or maybe he's just working. Maybe he's just doing his thing, or maybe this is how he is. Either way, whatever. God bless him. Fuck him.
Yeah, I unfollowed him today right after he made this huge proclamation that he was so excited he had 2 million followers now. And I was like desperately hoping that when I'd unfollow him, I would have been like the 2 million, so I could have knocked him back down to the 1 millions, and then just ruin his day. I was really hoping for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so he could I don't know. Maybe
he's popular now. Charlie Sheen's popular. He's more popular now that he doesn't have a job than when he did.
Really. And I love how he feels he deserves a raise.
Yeah, what he's making, $2 million an episode or something? God bless him. Good for him.
And it's
Way
not
to
enough.
go.
He needs 3. He needs $3 million.
Whatever. What's the difference between $2 and $3 million? At what point does it just not make a difference, though?
I would imagine at this point. I mean, like how many mountains of hookers and cocaine do you really need?
Oh man, that's a trick question because the answer's infinity.
Why is it trick? Oh, hey, Sugar's back on the line.
I somehow made it up parts unknown.
Sure, that's fun. You clearly didn't want to talk to us. That's all right. We don't need you.
No, I came back just in time. I heard mountains of cocaine and hookers. Let's go.
Hey, Sugar Dust, have we ever met before?
We have never had the chance to meet. Honestly, we've yet to cross paths. If you're gonna not to talk wrestling, but if you're gonna be at the Dragon Gate shows in Carolina or Atlanta, we'll definitely get that opportunity.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I saw you on tape though for Ian Rotten's tryout. You were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right?
I had to change my name for the purposes of baby mamas and various child support suits. So yeah, let's keep that on the low. But yes, that's exactly what you saw.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah, man, cool. All right, go ahead. I missed the convo.
What?
I missed the convo. Go ahead. I'm trying to get my way back into the flow.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about Charlie. We're talking about Charlie Sheen, and it's started getting played out, just like apparently he is too. So.
Oh yeah, like how the whole winning thing is it took like a whole 27 hours for it to get played out.
What is it? What is the winning thing?
Oh, okay. Charlie Sheen has his own little catchphrase. Apparently, like he came up with his little coked up catchphrase. Every time he cuts interviews, he cuts his little, I guess, promos now. He makes sure to drop winning in there, and winning is supposed to be like, when you do something awesome. Like, for example, somebody on one interview was talking about, well, how do you feel about how your actions affect everything that's going on with the show? And he's like, well, when I look at the little car he drives and the small studio apartment he lives in, and I got this big house and 5 cars I can choose from. I mean, you know what I think? Winning. And then everybody just started taking it after that.
See, I've tried so long to come up with a catchphrase, and apparently all I needed to say was winning.
Yeah.
Well, apparently all anybody really needs to do is just become the highest paid actor on TV, get coked up to levels beyond belief, start really talking about what goes on in your personal life, and then, yes, you can have that catchphrase.
Yeah. There's no inspiration like a mountain of hookers and a mountain of cocaine.
And I'd settle for just being the highest paid actor on TV. I'd just settle for that.
I'm mad at Charlie Sheen because Tommy Rich, the Iron Sheik, various wrestlers have been doing the same thing and haven't gotten what he's gotten out of it.
No.
And screw Charlie Sheen. What has he done? What has he done other than money talk and Wall Street?
Major.
Yeah. All right. Maybe he's earned his right. Okay. All right.
I can't believe he's still alive. Does anybody think he's going to live out the year?
I think just out of pure stubbornness, he'll probably hang in there just a little while longer. You know what I'm saying? That and I'm just interested in seeing what his next move is. If he's going to become the next Nick Nolte, or he's going to do the whole I'm cleaning myself up and now I'm ready to live my life right gimmick. As far as everything goes, I look forward to that.
Do you actually believe he's sober now?
No, he'll be the first one to tell you he's not sober.
Oh, he's
Who's
claiming
that?
he is.
Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, he's when they ask him about his cocaine usage, he's the first one to tell you. It's I use it responsibly. There's a dosage on your baggie of cocaine.
I think my favorite quote of his so far has been, overdosing is for amateurs.
Well, he's right.
But Jimmy, this leads me to believe you had an opportunity to try and in the experimenting of various types of paraphernalia. We'll just call it paraphernalia.
Yeah. Yes. I've experimented in various types of paraphernalia.
Okay.
Have you experimented with mountains of hookers?
No.
You're insinuating that he has to pay for it. Is that what you're saying, Wiggy? Because he doesn't have to pay for it, okay?
Charlie doesn't, but neither does Charlie. You think Charlie's paying for them? Come on.
I will say this. In 2002, I was in Atlanta, and I was Claudio Castagnoli and a guy named Frankie who helped train me, and we were in Atlanta together, and we were going to a strip club called the Mousetrap. And when we arrived at the Mousetrap, it turned out to be 21 and over, and I was only 18 at the time. So we kept driving around, and we saw this seedy little place with neon lighted lips on the outside, and said, "Girls are fun." So we went inside. The little bell rang. We went inside. These girls lined up, and one girl gave us the spiel about how you pay $10, you bring the girl into a room, and then girls are fun. And it was not a strip club like we thought it was.
So there was sex in the champagne room.
These rooms were not champagne rooms. That would be a classic way of putting it.
Okay, so they're like the Thunderbird curtain, or the wild turkey, like the wild turkey couch or something like that. That's pretty much, yeah.
I'm not saying I went in, or Claudia went in, or Frankie went in. I'm just saying we went into a whorehouse.
Or Dennis Miller would say, a house inhabited by whores. Yes.
Yes. And I don't want to apply anything. Claudio definitely didn't do anything. Just to put that out there, Claudio, nothing. So.
For all future records, Claudio Castagnoli has never done anything in a whorehouse.
Dude, he's a saint. He's a fucking saint. So it'd be yeah. But we got whatever.
Oh my God, that's Atlanta for you.
Man, I want to go to a whorehouse and I don't get that many.
If you're coming to Atlanta, are you planning on doing a reunion or a revisitation of that moment?
If we can find girls that are fun, I will go back.
See if girls are still fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's technically an endorsement. We just want to go on record as saying that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm putting my endorsement on that establishment. This is the free commercial for them. Girls are fun in Atlanta.
They owe you stuff now, don't they?
Yes, I think they owe me a freebie.
At least. I mean, come on.
So if you're
the best advertising I'm guessing they've ever had.
At least a hand.
If you go to Girls Are Fun in Atlanta, just name drop Jimmy Jacobs. The lap dances are 50% off. All right.
Yeah, it'll still cost you $1.25 for a hand job, but
exactly. Tell them Jimmy Jacobs sent you.
Let me ask you this, Jimmy, because like I said, I'm sure. Like we were talking about, you know, if you don't mind me saying, I mean, we were talking about before you got on, you got almost like a Prince-like quality, like no BS. I had a girl, we were watching an Evolve DVD one day, and there was a girl, she's not really into wrestling, but she happened to be watching one of the backstage segments that was on it, and I think you had like the jeans with the silver cowboy boots and like all this. It was just a real crazy outfit. It was like on like a 7.5 on the David Bowie scale, and she was just like oh my God. She was like, oh my God, his boots, their hair. And then there go the drawers. So basically, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like I mean, one thing is where do you get your style? Like what inspires you to just kind of put this kind of stuff together?
I don't know, man. I've always I don't know, dressed a little funny even growing up. I don't think I dress that funny now. I just try to look cool, you know. Like I ain't never gonna look like a pro wrestler. I'm 5'7", 150 pounds, man. I ain't never gonna look like a pro wrestler, but I can look like a rock star. If I can look like a David Bowie 7.5, I'll take it. So I was actually in an airport at one point. Yeah, it was a couple years back. You know, looking like I looked. My hair was done. I was wearing makeup. I was just looking ridiculous. And this kid comes up to me, and he says, hey, are you Chris? And, Chris is my real name. And I kind of look at him funny. I say, yeah. And he says, hey, I'm a big fan of your work. And I said, well, I'm still kind of confused as to why he called me Chris. But I figured you're just, fucking smart Mark. And I was like, yeah, all right, man, thanks. He's like, Chris Angel, right?
Yeah.
No.
You disciplined him right there, right? Like you just straight like got some kind of belt and just whooped him, right?
No, I just hung my head low.
Did you at least give him a fake autograph?
Did you do the Arrested Development Snoopy walk or the Incredible Hulk walk?
It was like that. Yes, the Arrested Development. I know that. Yes, I'm down with that reference.
Oh man, it's just.
Man, okay, so Jimmy Jacobs looks like Chris Angel, and David Blaine is God. If David Blaine is not the third Briscoe brother.
Yeah, wow, doesn't he look like that though?
I know, right? Like it's creepy.
I have no respect for these wannabe magicians. They're trickless magicians. How can you respect that? I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna eat for like 30 days. Like that's a trick, okay? Somalia got people that can do that all the time. As far as that case, they're not getting paid, man. God, I don't know. I guess another question I just want to throw at you too, man. What kind of girl interests you, man? Like, what kind of girl is your type? I suppose. What's the Jimmy Jacobs type?
Is my type? Well, you know what? I've been with the same girl for 5 years now. So anything other than her?
So probably her.
Yeah, no, her for sure. I'm just fucking around. Yeah, no, I'm definitely her. I like Becky Bayless. You know Becky Bayless. You know her.
Oh, talk about Cookie now, yeah.
Cookie, talk about Cookie, right? She was like my first love. Like her and I dated when I was like 19 years old. So like that sort of look, big boobs, dark hair, tattoos, like that's my look. That.
Do you have any tattoos of your own?
No, I don't. There's nothing I feel strongly enough that I want to put on my body for the rest of my life.
I feel the same way about that stuff, and just people will throw like random stuff about it or whatnot. It's just I think the thing I always fear is getting older and being like, why did I get that?
Dude, my girlfriend has like a full sleeve and like another like half sleeve, and she's gonna look so stupid in like 30 years. And I tell her this.
See, I'm actually looking forward to that. Like, I'm really looking forward to being, like 80 years old and saying, yeah, I have a Pokemon on my leg. I have a squirrel tattooed. I have a squirrel on my leg.
Have you ever lived with the thought that possibly, like, that squirrel is not going to look so young and perky? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get older, and it's just going to age along with you, possibly.
Well, it's, I'm all right with that. I mean, it's, I'm, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I have 6 tattoos. And I have a Christmas tree on one of my feet. And I recently told someone that I'm really looking forward to being, like, having, like, those old, like, gnarled toes, crossed, wrinkly, covered in creepy things, like foot that you have to go see a doctor, when you're really old. And I'm really looking forward to going there and having them take off my socks and go, oh, my God, what the hell is that? When that moment happens, it will make every tattoo I've ever had, every one I future get, will make them all worth it. If I could freak out one podiatrist 50 years from now, I'll be so happy.
Okay, now I've got to ask, why a Christmas tree on your foot?
I like Christmas.
Hey, I like Christmas as much as the next guy. Man, getting pictures of fucking the Grinch. Oh wait, Ian Rotten did that today. Oh, shit.
Everything that's important, everything that is really important to me, and has been up until this moment in my life, I have tattooed on me.
The one time I considered even trying to get a tattoo, like, I wouldn't say it was racist, but at the same time, like my color was called into question because the one tattoo, you know, because there ain't no secret. Like, you know, I got a little bit of darkness going on as far as everything goes. And the one tattoo that I would have wanted, like, either one of y'all ever seen The Fifth Element?
Nope.
No.
Never seen The Fifth Element.
We just killed your story. Awesome.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so now I got to try and do this. Okay, in the movie The Fifth Element, they've got like these little Sanskrit symbols for like earth, wind, fire, and water. And like I was gonna get the little symbols, but I was gonna get them in the colors of that particular element. Like earth would have been green, water would have been blue, etc., etc. So when I first pitched this, of course my friends are always like, "This gonna be stupid. Like you're like dark as night. Like you're like pitch black dark. It's like dropping like a crayon into an oil slick. Like you're not gonna see that. You know, so it's like."
Yeah. Yeah. Who knew Ahmed Johnson had a huge back tattoo? You know.
Oh my God! You know, it's like you're right though. If Ahmed does any sort of color tattoo at this moment, nobody would have known about it. Like, you know, and this dude stayed greased up.
No,
like, you know,
he did though. He did have a huge back tattoo. You know that.
Oh my God! What was it?
Yeah, Ahmed Johnson's huge cross on his back. You can see it sometimes the lighting's right.
Oh.
Dude, when you refer to a tattoo like it's a Loch Ness monster sighting, like if the light is right, you adjust it. You know, there's a problem. Like seriously. No wonder he stayed so greased up, man. He was trying to make himself a reflective surface so that it would actually show. Oh my God, man. You learn something new every day in this business.
You really do. We aim to inform. All right, we actually have a caller on the line. So let's see who this is. 812, you're on Pantsless. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hi. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Not much. Who's this?
Huh? This is Gage Davis from Wilmington, Indiana.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you have a question for us or for Jimmy?
For Jimmy. Jimmy, you mentioned relationships, and I was wondering, did you actually date Lacey during any time you were thing in ROH?
No, the answer's no, I didn't. I mean, I tried to pretend I did. My relationship status on my MySpace said I was with her, but no.
Wow.
And if you can't trust MySpace, who can you trust?
Yeah, MySpace. Who even goes on MySpace anymore? But
actually, you know what? I currently have your MySpace page up here because, you know, this is how I do my hardcore journalistic research.
Oh, wow.
I went to your MySpace and I looked at your general interests, and that's how I research.
That's whatever general interest I put up there in 2004.
Yeah, so you know, I feel I'm very up to date on what you're into.
Yeah. No, me and Lacey never did date. You know, it'd be cool if we did, but honestly, my girlfriend and I started dating like right when the angle with me and Lacey started. Like,
really?
One of the first times my girlfriend and I hung out was when I was filming the video for the Battle of Lacey.
Oh wow!
She actually helped with that. She was spraying the fake rain in the air when I ripped my shirt off.
See, that's what this radio
Have you ever sang the Ballad of Lacey to your girlfriend with her name?
Well, sort of. Yes. Sort of. I will tell you this. my girlfriend's name is I hate to say it publicly, but is Clarissa, and Lacey's real name is Larissa. So she shortens that to Lacey. So I performed the Ballad of Lacey after a show at Ring of Honor, doing it at karaoke, and I just replaced Lacey with Clacy because I thought that would be like a good, shortening of Clarissa would be Clacy. Larissa's Lacey, so.
Nice.
All right. So is there anywhere is that like a lost recording on that particular remix, or like is there any way we can get that on a vinyl or reel to reel, something to that effect?
The karaoke version?
Yes.
That's lost. It's lost in time, my friend.
There's no cell phone video of it anywhere. If anybody has a cell phone video of that, you get that bitch up on YouTube. Right now.
So. The closest thing you're going to find is I did perform it live at just about what I say, I performed it live at one of the shows, which was awesome. One of the highlights of my career.
Nice.
Oh man, I would have loved to see the best. You know what you made shows so much more fun. I mean, I was always a big fan of metal entrances and stuff, but the first time I got to hold my cell phone up in the air and wave it, oh man, I saw the light.
That was cool. I didn't appreciate how cool that was at the time. Looking back at it, I'd kill to have something cool like that. I remember the first time it happened, I just thought no big deal. Gabe was freaking out, this is awesome. We have an interactive product. And I just thought whatever. But yeah, that was fucking cool.
Yeah, that was, and it was fun to do.
Yeah.
And you know what'd be great now is there's an iTouch and an iPhone app that's a lighter. Which I think that would just be great to see, a bunch of people with their iPhones with lighter apps all going on them at the same time.
So to be a Jimmy Jacobs fan, you'd have to get an iPhone. Though.
Way to drop that product placement, guys.
Huh?
Way to drop that product placement, guys.
Hey, girls are fun.
Get an iPhone and go to
throw Jimmy a freebie. I want an iPhone.
Me being a Droid user and all. I would say that's the wrong product placement, but okay, I understand. We got to pay the bill.
Seriously, I have an LG phone that takes pictures and answers calls, and that's it. I've had it for 6 months.
Basically.
It's a Flintstone phone.
So a Flintstone phone, old rotary. Those were good times.
Yes. If I were to put it on the side of your car, it would knock it over. Okay, if you hadn't allowed, if that had completely died, I would have been so bad. Okay. So, do you have any more questions for Jimmy?
Not really. Just want to say good luck with your career, and I'll actually see you March 19th, right? You have a show in Bloomington?
In Bloomington, yeah. We'll be down in Bloomington for Infinity Pro Wrestling on March 19th.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you there, man.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Right,
Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Appreciate having you, man.
So, okay, so now I have to know, is there anything relevant on your Facebook, on your MySpace page anymore? Or has all my intensive research been for naught?
I have no idea what I've been put on there. I think at one point I put cuddling on there. That was one of my original ones. Cuddling, cardigan sweaters.
Cuddling is still on here. I see nothing of cardigan.
No, I must have updated it at some point because that was my first one. I got it October of 2004, trying to pick up girls and trying to think of cute things to put on there.
Okay, well I snagged two things from here that I did, want to see. Well, now I have to see if you still care. One, I'm going to assume you're still a big fan of because I know you have been for a really long time. Are you still into Muppets?
Yes. Oh, yes. Muppets are great.
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite Muppet? Well, it's Kermit's classically awesome. Kermit tells you to follow your dreams, and he followed his dreams even though he's a frog and being a big star. So I do like Kermit. Gonzo too is really awesome though. I really like Gonzo. And Fozzie's Gonzo and Kermit are my two favorites. And they both have feelings for Miss Piggy, but they never hoe each other out over her, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, and that's it. See, that totally circles back around. They know how to have, they know how to not have jealousy in their relationships. They're probably Are they polyamorous Muppets? That's what the world needs more of.
I was a big fan of the two hating dudes when they used to be in the theater, like the two hating old dudes in the balcony.
Yeah, Statler and Waldorf, yeah.
They always reminded me of like the player haters from Chappelle's show before that actually got cool. I love those guys, man.
Well, I had a question. Did you watch Muppet Babies as well?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I was like a huge fan of Muppet Babies, and my favorite's always been Gonzo. Gonzo to me was like the first icon who taught me that it's okay to be weird.
Yeah, exactly. He had that going for him.
Yeah.
Like it was cool that he was weird, and it's cool to fuck chickens or whatever he did too.
Exactly. We don't judge, you know. We don't judge here. But yeah, I was always like a really weird kid, and I used to get picked on for, because I didn't just like what everybody else liked. I didn't dress the way everybody else dressed. So I was like, Gonzo was kind of like my hero when I was a kid. Cause I was like,
right.
Look, he's got all these awesome friends, and and he's blue. And
if you look at it, Miss Piggy was a total cunt to him, though. Like,
she really was.
You could be weird. Like the lesson was, you could be weird, but if you were, like, the girls would make fun of you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And oh man, there's one. This is so pointless. One episode of Muppet Babies I always remember so vividly is the one where Piggy left her roller skate out and Nanny tripped on it, hurt her ankle, and she realized it was hers, and she hit it and she put Gonzo's out in his place, and then it was like the Telltale Heart.
Oh yeah.
It was like this awesome Muppet Babies version of the Telltale Heart,
yep.
where she kept seeing, and Gonzo made like a big clay sculpture of her laying on a roller skate, and then the guilt finally got to her and she confessed at the end. I was like, man, that little bitch should have been bacon after that.
That also reminds me of Screech from Saved by the Bell. He was kind of like that Gonzo character. Except they were really mean to Screech on Saved by the Bell. If you go back and watch that, like, everything they say to Screech is basically equivalent of shut the fuck up. Like, everything that Screech says something, and then somebody basically looks at him and says, shut the fuck up.
I mean, Lisa just did him dirty every season, man. Like, and Screech was like a very stand-up, always trying to go that extra mile for Lisa, man. You know what I'm saying? It was just rough.
Yeah, they were really mean to Screech. If you go back and watch that.
You know what? I could never get into him, so I kind of cheered it on. But at that point, I had become one of the sheep, and I was just like, ugh. Actually, I think I had seen an interview with him in some fabulous teeny bopper magazine, and he shit on a band that I liked, and I was like, that's it. I hate him forever now. But actually, I had a serious question about the Muppets.
Yes.
And I figure you're probably as close to an expert as I'm ever going to talk to.
Maybe.
No pressure or anything. Okay. How come, was Scooter's sister?
Yes, they were supposed to be twins, I believe, yeah.
Right. How come Skeeter wasn't on the Muppet Show?
I don't know. I'm guessing they probably added her into the Muppet Babies because the only other female was Miss Piggy, and so you needed another female character that was because Skeeter was more of a tomboy, and I think it needed to show kids that it was all right to be a tomboy too. You didn't have to be wear pink dresses like Miss Piggy. You could also be a tomboy like Skeeter.
See, okay, so that's a much better answer because I've always secretly suspected that she was brutally killed between the Muppet Babies and the Muppet Show.
I mean, probably that too. If she didn't make it to be a full-grown Muppet, she must have been dead or something.
That's what I think, and I mean, it's pretty cold that they never mentioned her.
They're fucking. There's some foul play there. They had to sweep that shit underneath the rug.
I think so. I think Scooter was the evil twin.
He might have been. They don't talk about that though.
No, and he just, he was pretty useless as a Muppet Baby, and he was useless as a Muppet. So I kind of think that, they all knew he killed Skeeter and buried her body in the attic or something. and they kept him around out of fear that he was just going to snap and like, yeah. That's just
he
my
was
theory.
such a nerd. Like he was such a nerd. Like, and it wasn't like a cool nerd either. I remember like making fun of my next door neighbor who had big thick glasses, like, and like calling him like Scooter, because
yeah.
Like,
I mean, like the cool nerd, of course, was Bunsen. Bunsen was
Bunsen.
And Beaker.
If all of y'all can find that much deepness in the Muppet Babies, I would kill to see what y'all would find in like the Animaniacs or like Tiny Toons.
You know what? I gave up on. I'm like an '80s cartoon person.
Well, that was a good year. That was a good year for it. You had the Ghostbusters. You had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Like the real Ghostbusters are like.
That's right. They had like the little Brand X Ghostbusters that was out around that time. Like we're talking the real Ghostbusters, like the one that was based off. Yeah, there was all sorts of good little series that came out. You know, you had Transformers, G.I. Joe, even Jem was kind of. You know, that was kind of cool. Jem and the Misfits, that was kind of cool. All sorts of cool.
They were another inspiration for me. I still somewhere in the back of my closet have like a bag full of Jem dolls. I firmly believe Jem is the reason that I've had so many different colors of hair. Like, I'm secretly working my way through the colors of everybody's hair. Right now I have Kimber hair.
That's cool.
Okay, clearly you guys didn't watch the girl cartoons. That's okay.
No, I'm checking it out from time to time. But, like, the Misfits were always the most interesting part of the show. They always had the best songs. And, like, you know, the bad girls were always the hot ones.
Oh, yeah. And my Saturday mornings used to be the Snorks, the Smurfs, and then the Muppet Babies.
Do they still have, like, Saturday morning cartoons? Is that still, like, a thing?
No! It's so
that.
bad. Kids today have ruined everything.
I think they do, like, on the WB and stuff like that, but it's just, like, not to sound old or anything like that, but everything seems kind of, like, overdone now. Like, I know they're talking about bringing back Thundercats, right?
Yeah.
The whole gimmick they want to do, I think, for bringing back the Thundercats is, like, they're, like, a rock band / like, feline warrior type thing.
That is no. They are citizens of Thundera, and their home planet was destroyed, and thankfully they made it out. There's nothing with a rock band in there.
Yeah, I know. They're mangling it, man. It's just bad. It's bad.
It is. Like, Sugar and I have talked about this before, of how, you know, everything that is done today for kids is just, it ruins everything that we remember from our childhoods. And this is actually another thing I got from your 6-year-old MySpace. We were talking about Monopoly last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you are like a badass at Monopoly, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Monopoly's a game of chance, but I do like it. And I do play it. I do consider myself a badass with that. Also, you know, the big one now that a lot of people are playing, that I'm having fun with, is Words with Friends.
I've heard about it.
That is the only reason I want to get like a newfangled phone.
Yeah, it's just Scrabble, you know, but fucking Scrabble's awesome. And so
it is. When you have new people to play
up in that.
There needs to be a way, like, to play it on like Facebook or something.
I have no idea if there is or not. To be honest, there might be. I don't fucking know.
I think you can play it on Facebook. I think you can play it on Facebook. I think there's been some people like, I noticed they'll be doing that Words with Friends invite or something to that effect. That's something you may want to research.
Okay, I gotta do that.
Yeah, cool. I got a bunch of games going on right now.
Yeah, we were talking about Monopoly and how I was telling Sugar I had just read that there's a new version of Monopoly coming out, and already current versions they no longer have money. It's all played with like you get like a debit card.
Right.
Which is just, it's fundamentally wrong, and just the fact that you can no longer cheat, or as Sugar likes to, you know, embezzle, likes to be the banker and embezzle. You can't do that, but apparently there's a new version coming out, and there's going to be this little, like, sensor tower thingy that comes with it. And you don't even have to roll dice anymore. As soon as you touch your
That's getting
whatever...
lazy.
I know. And they say it's because kids today are only interested in electronic things because of video games and whatnot. And it's like, well, you know, how is that going to make things any better?
Yeah,
You
no.
know?
I mean, I remember, like playing Monopoly, like, helped me learn how to, like, add and shit when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Playing Monopoly taught me about
anymore.
You know, it taught me about hustling and, you know, trying to hoard money, you know, and like people out of stuff and making sure they have your money when they land on your spaces and stuff, man. You know, how you supposed to be a man in this day and age? Like, not learn how to play Monopoly. This is terrible. Terrible.
I know. All you have to do now is you touch your little piece and the board tells you how many squares to move.
Jeez.
Like, that's just, man, again, seriously, I'm going to turn into an old man right now. Kids today ruin everything, and I want them to get the hell off my lawn.
I was at the bar yesterday by myself, pathetic, I know, and I was playing a game on my phone, and like a few stools down, there was this old man. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I was playing on my phone." He's like, "What? The world's not on your phone. The world's out there. You gotta know how to where milk comes from. You gotta people on their phones and their emails. I write letters. That way the CIA, they can't do anything about that." And this went on for a while.
Oh, okay. He sounds like John Malkovich's character from Red. Oh my God! Like the satellites are watching him at all times. That is awesome.
Yeah, well, it wasn't awesome. It was awkward. I just wanted to get back to playing fucking Angry Birds. This dog is talking about drinking out of mud pools when he was a fucking 12 years old and rolling cigarettes with newspapers and shit.
And he wasn't drunk.
I have no idea. I mean, he wasn't of the right state of mind, sober or not.
That is awesome.
Like, you have to know where milk comes from.
Yeah, he went on a long rant about that.
That was from the grocery store, old man.
I can't wait to be an old dude, man, one day. You just get away with just crotchety rants, and people just say like, "Hey, it's your age. It's just Mr. Jimmy. Just humor him." That, and you can grope women, and they can't really say anything to you. You know what I'm saying? You have to grin and take it as far as it goes.
Yeah. You get a lot of free passes when you're older, don't you?
Dirty old dude, man. I cannot wait. My favorite are the dirty old dudes down here in the South because their fashion sense is just to die for. Like I like to call them cat daddies down here. Like they got a cat daddy down here. Like I saw, he wears all Adidas sweatsuits, like the flyest Adidas sweatsuits you could find, with like a felt suede derby hat and matching dress shoes. Like he gonna be working up a sweat, but he gonna do it in style. I like that. That's that cat daddy style right there.
That's awesome.
I know. It's just there's beautiful things like that you see when you get down here, man. You know, it's just wonderful. You'll see like Prince, like Purple Rain suit with like sneakers and like a leather members only jacket and stuff like that. It's just great. And these dudes be trying to talk to these girls, man, and it's wonderful. I hope to be able to become a part of that tradition one day when I turn 50.
I think over Mania weekend, I think you and Jimmy need to go around and do like a roving reporter thing. I think you two need to hit up Girls Are Fun.
No, to be honest, what's going to happen in Atlanta when I see Sugar Dunkerton, I'm going to pretend that I don't know him. I'm going to shake his hand and pretend like I'm trying to be polite, but I'm really just going to blow him off, and that's going to be that.
not quite. I'm not quite on the stature chain yet. You know, it's like I'm coming up, but I'm not enough on that level for him to know me like that. So it's like, you know, or to be, you know, it's locker room. It's politics. It happens like that. You know what I'm saying? But eventually one day, you know, give it about a year or two, you know, it'll like, I would imagine if I was hanging out with Jimmy Jacobs, it would be like every bad, like, mismatched comedy that you've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just substitute, like, strange white actor, like
what, like Rush Hour?
Popular job talking black actor at the moment. Just put it together in a scenario, and then boom, you know, there it goes. So yeah,
You guys gonna end up fighting crime?
or stealing something and then realizing that like we're really good friends by the end. You know, that's how this stuff always works. God love it.
Wow. Oh man. Wow.
I'm not gonna be able to name drop Girls Are Fun when you get there.
What's up?
I'm not gonna be able to name drop Girls Are Fun when I see you.
No, man, this is the longest conversation you and I are ever going to have in our lives. I'm putting that down there right now.
Wow, you gotta respect that kind of honesty.
You think you're climbing up on the ladder, and then you realize you just got to shut the hell up, man. Just nod and smile and shut the hell up. Work and wrestle your match.
See, people don't like me when they first meet me, so I have to, like, keep that going. And when you first meet me, like, you have to not like me, too, so.
I see. So if you appear approachable, then other people are going to get the inclination. They can do it, too.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to be approached. Like, there's this thing in wrestling where, like, you have to shake everybody's hand, and I don't want to. Like, we need to get rid of that shit. That shit needs to bounce. Like, I don't want to touch everybody. I don't want to say hi to everybody.
All right, I'll tell you what. I just like I don't know, like if I have to leave you like I don't know, like carrier pigeon messages or something to that effect. That was like, hey man, I know you couldn't say what's up in the locker room, but it was good seeing you. Yada yada yada. Or I'll just give you like a nod when I see you. We don't even have to shake hands.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
I'll give you the British dude nod. Like when they pass in the street, I'll just nod you, you nod me, boom, and then we move on to the next thing. Perfect.
Because chances are, whatever I'm doing, I won't want to shake your hand at that point. Like, that's the truth.
You gotta love that honesty, man. I dig that.
I know, right? That's fantastic. And yet you don't like that, but you're open with playing words with friends, with strangers.
Yes, I'm open to fucking them up too. Like some people do beat me. You know, I'm not like the best, but like I fuck a lot of people up too.
Like, I'm serious. There'll be a bunch of guys who will sit down there and they'll give you that big spiel about like support to shake everybody's hand, which to me I think it is, but at the same time it's just nice for somebody to just come up off it and be like, hey, look, I want to shake your hand. Like I'm running for the hand sanitizer as soon as I shake your hand.
Exactly. I have a vague idea of where your hands have been. Okay.
I was just at WWE like I don't know, like a month and a half ago or something, maybe 2 months, I don't know, whatever. And you know the rule is that you hear that when you go there you got to shake everybody's hand. You're gonna get heat if you don't shake everybody's hand. Like half these dudes do not want their hands shook. There was a hallway that had like 12 of the extra talent guys, like 12 jabroni-ass dudes. And when like the contracted wrestlers like saw us all in this hallway, seeing that they had to shake 12 dudes' hands, you should see these guys put their head down and just bolt through trying to avoid the.
It's like running a hand sanitizer gauntlet.
I always thought that's the way it worked. Like everybody just lined up in two lines, and it's like a Soul Train line, except with handshakes, and you just gotta go down the middle and just get your shake on as far as it goes. But that's must feel like the longest line ever, because you're counting like all the people that are on TV, all the people that are on staff, all the people that are extras, et cetera, et cetera. It's like now that everybody knows everybody. It's like now that everybody knows everybody after an hour and a half of shaking hands, let's go get some work done.
Seriously, that's the truth. I mean, if you really did what you're quote unquote supposed to do in wrestling and shook hands like that, you would do it. You would shake hundreds of hands in one day, and then have to do it again the next day. Like, that's something that needs to go in wrestling. Like, we need to start being cool enough to be like, hey, what's up, guy? What up? Like, this handshaking thing, it needs to go. Like, straight up. Like, if I do one thing in the wrestling business, it's to eliminate this handshake bullshit.
We will fully back you on that. No more handshaking. Wrestlers are going to be dropping left and right like flies from carpal tunnel from all this handshaking.
They're going to call it the Jimmy Jacobs rule one day, and then he's going to feel like that's like they're going to talk about all these great accomplishments that he's done. But he's going to sit back and look at it on his shoot interview at the time, and it's going to be like, I inspired the Jimmy Jacobs rule, where you could just give a nod, or you could be like, what's up? And that's it. I've done my part.
The Jimmy Jacobs rule is the rule of just common decency. Like, when you walk into a bar, you don't shake everybody's fucking hand. When you walk into a room in normal life, when you walk into work, or whatever your job is, you don't shake everybody's hand. You might say what up to the people that's around you. You say hey to your friends. Like, let's just be human beings, guys. Like, it's excessive.
You know, I should start doing that, though. Like, when I go to work, I'm just going to start shaking everybody's hand and just see if it starts, weirding people out.
Of course it'll weird people out.
You're like, we see you every day. I know, but it's wrestling etiquette.
Yeah, it's etiquette. And you have beginning of the day, like when you go to lunch, you got to shake everybody's hand, too, because you're leaving for 5 minutes.
And then when you come back.
Yep, and then, of course, when you leave at the end of the day.
And especially when you take a break to go piss.
And anytime you work with somebody at work, if you're doing a report together, after you're done, you have to shake their hand 10 times. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you working with me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you working with me. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Was everything all right? Did we do the report all right? Thank you. Really appreciate you working with me.
All right, well, I think that's the best way we could possibly go out. We've got about a minute left. Thank you, Jimmy, so much for calling in. It was a blast to have you on here.
We appreciate it, bro. And when I see you, I'm just going to be like, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you the...
Yes. Remember, he does not like to be approached. He does, however, like to play words with friends with people. So if you want to bug him,
do Jimmy Jacobs on there. Jimmy Jacobs. You can play a game.
Find him on the interwebs.
Don't cheat, though. Don't cheat. I can tell him you're cheating.
No cheating. All right, Thanks for being here. It was awesome talking to you. Hopefully I'll have to get sometime. And I guess that's about it. So we'll see you guys next month on...
You know what? Just to throw this out there. George Washington didn't like shaking hands either. Just want to put that out there.
It's not an appropriate condition. Jimmy Jacobs says so.